What's up, everyone? This is Elizabeth, and I am the Minister of Beauty, and I share the Bible that is business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. Now, on Mondays, I like to talk about business, and this is going to be a kind of a get ready with me conversation, unedited, unscripted, and definitely unfiltered. I already took my shower and I did my skincare facial ritual already, so I'm just going to be doing a few other things. And I thought I would just do this video right now because I was watching this video on one of my favorite content creators' YouTube channels by the name of Leandria TV. I've been subscribed to her for a few years now. And she shares a lot of content that I really like, and I like her because she just shares a lot of things that are just like raw, real. You like it or you don't like it, it is what it is, and she does not apologize about her opinions. And I love content creators like that. Excuse me, whether you agree with them or not. And she did this video recently. She's got this series where she's talking about Section 8. And if you're not familiar with Section 8, I'm not personally familiar with it, but I know about the system of governmental vouchers where the government will subsidize housing for people. So if companies choose to be a part of the system, or landlords, personal properties or whatever that they want to rent out and they want to get some, I guess, guaranteed money, then they'll subsidize the rental units. And there are some places and people that are deciding not to do it anymore because, honestly, it comes with an element of characteristics, we'll just put it like that, of people that you may not want to inhabit, in your space and live around and reside around. And especially when you work hard and you do everything that you can for your family, and then it just comes with this element of, characteristics of people that you are not feeling safe around, you're not thrilled to live around, and all those different things like that, then it can just be a burden sometimes. And sometimes for the people who are in that business of providing rentals for people, then they end up getting damage to their properties and just a number of different things. And honestly, I'm not going to go all the way into that. I'm just going to put a link to that video that I'm talking about in the description box. But why I brought that up and what I want to talk about in this video today is myself as a small business owner, and over 13 years, this year actually, September will be 14 years that I started my business years ago. And I am a beauty business owner, entrepreneur. I'm a skincare line owner and creator. And I've been always serious about business even when I started. I didn't start out big, I started small. And even though I see myself as having an empire, it technically is a small business. But my mindset is that my business is an empire. Okay? And so what I want to talk about in this video is for small business owners, and especially people who are in the beauty industry or aspiring to be in the beauty industry, how you need to view yourself. Don't see yourself as small, and don't see what you're doing as a side hustle. It's about the mindset and about how you employ your mindset to get to a place of elevation. Because if I had this pitiful small mindset many years ago, I never would have gotten to the point where I had multiple business locations. I still do. I've downsized because of changes in business and then COVID and all of those different things like that. But I still have multiple business locations now, and I'm just really grateful that even though I didn't come from a background and a family where they instilled in me to even I will never knock my parents. My parents and their parenting was as good as what they knew. And I'll just put it like that. I had a father that had addiction issues. I had a mom that worked really hard. She was a Head Start kindergarten teacher for over 20 years. I used to hear the things that she talked about when she came home from work, so that let me know I never want to work with kids. I never want to be in the education system, and I was even questioning whether I wanted to have kids. Hence why me and my husband only had one. But anyway, that's another story for another time. But um, I saw more for myself, and I believed that just looking around, I used to look at television shows like Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, dating myself now when I say that, because that's something from many, many years ago, Robin Leach, and then, looking in the magazines. I used to look at houses in the magazines that were for sale and those different things like that as a child. And so my mindset, I thank God for the mind that He gave me. He gave all of us a mind, and all of us have the ability to have a greater drive than what we were than what we had instilled in us growing up. And so, like I said, my parents, their parenting was as good as what they knew, or what they had, in them. But I had my own mind, and I had the ability to choose what I wanted to do. So I chose different. And I believe, especially in the beauty industry, sometimes people don't see more for themselves, and so they get stuck, or they get in a space of feeling comfortable. So you may work and make money under the table. You're doing hair, but you're a kitchen beautician. Is something that they call people just kind of working out of their houses. You're just charging people whatever you're charging them. None of your money is being taxed, because you just feel like, well, I'll make it all, and I don't have to pay anybody any taxes, and I won't tell anybody what I'm doing, so I get all of the money coming to me. And yeah, it doesn't feel good to have to pay taxes. I don't believe anyone loves getting money taken out of their checks, or especially, we who are business owners, we pay more, but it is for a purpose. And if you're in the United States, being a citizen of this country, we all have a responsibility in order to see things that we need, like roads and other resources, to be able to be fulfilled. And in the story that I watched on the content creator Leandra TV's channel, this woman said that she had been doing hair, or she was a hairstylist for 22 years, but she's on the Section 8 program. And honestly, that just like baffled me, because when I heard she said 22 years, not 2 years, not 2 months, not even, I don't know. I've never been on Section 8, thank God. And I'm just like, how could she be comfortable saying on a news station, on a camera, to someone that she had been doing hair for 22 years, and she was on Section 8, and she was having issues, and it was hard trying to find a place that would accept the voucher. Here's the caveat with that. When you are on Section 8, from what I have heard, and some people, they get lucky, I guess, you don't have the right to be choosy. Beggars can't be choosy, right? So if you're on Section 8, it's kind of like you get what you get. So the fact that you have been doing hair for 22 years, and you are on a voucher program, and she probably is getting maybe, food stamp assistance also, I'm assuming, as well, because a lot of people who are on Section 8, they get other subsidies. You get this sense of entitlement, and nobody owes you anything. When I got into business, even when I was a teen mom, okay, I had a child before my 16th birthday. I didn't feel like anyone owed me anything. I worked my ass off, and I was blessed to be able to go into the legal field, while I was in my senior year of high school, being a teen mom, and continuing to work in the legal field, and did that for over 12 years until I said, I don't want to do this anymore. And I started seeking other areas to get me out of it. So I did that. And then I am where I am now. I continue to work my ass off. And getting into the wellness and beauty industry, it wasn't easy, so I didn't make a whole lot of money. I made $6,000 my first year. My first year in business, I made $6,000. I started my business in 2008. So if you can imagine going from having a regular paycheck every other week, being paid bi-weekly, and working a job that I really didn't like, but the money was decent back then, to going into starting my own business. And I didn't just start my own business and didn't have anything else. I worked 3 other jobs while I was operating my business until I got to the point where I felt able to step out on faith to say, this is just what I want to do. I just want to focus on this and believe God that he was going to open the door for me to be able to make more. So the first year in business, I went from $6,000 to, in 2011 was the first year that I made over 6 figures. But I made close to it as I, continued to work. And I was really grateful that I saw my business as a legitimate business, not just me doing some massages, me doing some lashes, me doing some, whatever. Some people just see it as I do hair instead of seeing yourself as a business owner. Or even if you're not going to be a business owner, see your job like it is a business and you're treating it like a business. Because if you're in the beauty industry and you are an employee, you should view it as this. Even though I don't own this business, this is a business opportunity and I'm going to treat it as such, where I'm building up the clientele and I'm going to help to grow the business while I am a part of it. Because I also believe that you are blessed in those areas. My first employee I hired in 2012. I taught her. I said, see, even though you don't own a business, treat this business with respect. Don't come in. I said, I'm not going to give you anything. I can't promise you anything, but what I can promise you is that if you work hard at this, you can really see yourself and it actually happening, coming off of the job that you're working on because she started part-time to you doing this full-time. And this coming October will be 10 years that she has been working with me in this business, and she has viewed it that way, and that is one of the reasons why she is continuously blessed, and her clientele here in the business continue to grow, and she's making amazing money. And she don't need no vouchers. She don't need no Section 8. I'm just saying, if you are going to be in business, you have to see this as a legitimate business and see yourself as a Fortune 500 company. Why not? When I was just renting a space, I created a business name. I created a website. I was renting a room in a salon when I started my business in 2008. And honestly, it was a little bit of a ghetto space. The area wasn't ghetto, but the salon and the salon owner's mindset was pretty ghetto, I would say. But I wasn't like that. I separated myself from it and I rented a space in this person's salon, and I created a space of my own. And when it was time for me to go, which was less than a year later, I got out of there. And I created a business name. I registered it with the Secretary of State. I did all of the things that a legitimate business should and a business owner should do. With this woman, and guys, I'm taking my probiotics. To hear her say that she's been a hairstylist for 22 years and she was on Section 8 and she was looking for a place to live, she gave her power away. Don't give your power away. I've talked about this a number of times before on this channel about taking your power back. She gave her power away by allowing herself to be stuck in a system. And now she's looking for a place to live and she's not making sufficient money. Why not build yourself up to say, you know what? I don't want to rely on the system anymore. I want to be able to choose where I want to live. So I'm going to invest more in myself, even if it means if you have, because I guess she's staying with someone right now, if you watch the video, her and her children, until you can get out of there and on your own feet. and make the money that you desire to make, because the earth is the Lord's. And so if the earth is the Lord's and you see yourself as one of God's children, I believe you should be able to grow. And there's more than enough out here. I know they say that we're in a recession, times are tough, there's lack, there's shortage, and all those different things. But when you see yourself as one of God's children, you have to believe that God is your source and He will supply the resources. And so I just believe that if you are going to be in not just the beauty industry, but any industry, you have to see yourself in a space where you are not relying and depending on anyone else to make it. You should be the decider. Like George Bush said a long time ago, I'm the decider. But you should be the decider of what you desire to have for your life. And she didn't do that. Is it too late for her? I don't know. I would say as long as you have breath in your body, it's never too late for anyone. But she has to change her mindset. And right now, her mindset is trying to find a place that was going to take the voucher in an area that she wants to live in. And guys, you know, if you're a beggar, you can't really be choosy. You should be in a place where you have that power to decide what you want to have for your life. So I just want to say small business owners, those who are aspiring to be small business owners, women, and especially if you're in the beauty industry, don't see yourself as small and don't see what you're doing as a side hustle. See yourself in a position of power and creating an empire. And it's going to propel you and push you to do the things and make the steps that you need to make in order to see that happen. I'm taking my collagen gummies right now. But guys, I just wanted to talk about that because it was heavy on my heart. I hope that you all can take something from this. Please go in the description box, watch that video, and subscribe to her channel because she does have a lot of great content. But I just wanted to share what was on my heart, and I hope you all see yourself greater than where you are now. Have a vision, write it out, view it, speak it, and make the decision to not allow anyone or any system to have the power over you. This woman having the experience of doing hair for 22 years, and she probably had more experience than that because, you know, she should be able to say, you know what, I want to purchase a home in a gated community if that's what she wants to do, or already have been there. Like I said, this year is 14 years, and I just see more growth for myself in spite of the things that I've gone through. I've gone through losses, but I see the losses as lessons. I've gone through hurt and betrayal, but I see that as a part of my journey that I'm growing from. It's a part of my story. It's a chapter in my book. And greater is coming from it because we reap what we sow. And I know that I've sown a lot of amazing seeds. So I have an amazing harvest that is on the horizon. So thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And guys, until the next time, I am Elizabeth, the Minister of Beauty, here to share the Bible that is business, inspiration, beauty, life, and enjoyment. So until the next time, I hope you all have an amazingly blessed and beautiful day.